Here with us now is trial attorney Seth Berenzweig. Seth, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
Could the location impact the outcome of this case?
Well, it could. Really, what the Trump administration wants to do is it wants to control the venue of the case, and it wants to control the law that applies to the case. Because really, the administration has inherent authority as a matter of general law for immigration to control individuals that are here in the United States without proper legal status. And if it's heard in the right venue, then they're going to have an easier time directing those legal arguments to certain issues that are central to this case. Did this individual lie on his application when he entered into the United States, where he said that he did not have any kind of an affiliation with a terrorist group? Did he engage in things that were beyond speech, but actually conduct? There's nothing wrong with speech, but even when someone is here without legal status, they don't have full due process and First Amendment rights. And action such as arousing protests and throwing fire hydrants at police officers is certainly not speech. So this is a very controversial case, and it's really at the tip of the spear in terms of the administration's efforts to try to control this kind of issue for people that are here with violent protests.
And Mahmoud Khalil is not alone here. ICE has detained more students over these alleged involvement in pro-Palestinian protests. But do you expect Khalil's case to set a precedent for those cases?
Oh, it absolutely will. This is the lead case. This is really the big deal case. And it's so interesting to look at the context of this case in terms of what the Justice Department is doing relative to and compared with what the prior administration did. So, for example, the Justice Department has just assembled a task force fighting anti-Semitism on campuses. They are pressuring universities such as Columbia University to apply real standards that are consistent with their codes of student conduct. This is a case that's going to be setting precedent, and it's really at the tip of the spear, and it's also in front of the line because this is a result that's going to impact several cases that are going to be coming down the pike. So there are a lot of eyes on this case, and it'll be very critical to see what evolves over the next couple of weeks.
All right, let's switch gears here, Seth. Trump is asking the Supreme Court to overturn Judge Boasberg's ruling, blocking him from deporting migrants under the Wartime Alien Enemies Act from the 17th century. But how strong is Trump's case here?
Well, I think it's a pretty strong case for two reasons. First of all, as noted a moment ago, there are general powers to remove individuals who have been in the United States without legal status that present a danger to the national security of individuals that live in the United States. So I don't even think you need to necessarily get to that act. However, I think that the act has been misapplied and misinterpreted by the judge because it doesn't require a formal declaration of war by the U.S. Congress. It requires an invasion of forces that are aligned with another country outside of the United States. And in these instances where these gangs are here, frankly, they have firepower and guns that are more lethal and more sophisticated than some governments in Central America. So I believe that this is a very viable case, another very important case in the tip of the spear of the administration's efforts in terms of trying to get a handle on immigration here in the United States.
Seth Berenzweig, thank you so much for your time today, sir.